Kelsey. I'm Christy.
Hi, I'm Mallory.
Hi, I'm Matthew.
Hi, I'm Julia.
Hi, I'm Marthan.
Did you know that in recent years, the number of homicide deaths in Mexico has outpaced the number of civilian deaths in Afghanistan and Iraq combined? According to a Frontline article by Jason Breslow, approximately 164,000 people were killed in Mexico compared to 100,000 in Iraq and Afghanistan. To many of you, this is a faraway issue, one that's tragic, but in another country and not here in the United States. However, I would argue that this issue is getting closer and closer to the United States. To me, this issue is important because every year we go down to Donna, Texas for Thanksgiving, very close to the border. And I have family down there, and so this issue relates well. With the issues within the U.S. and Mexican government and the issues with the cartel, there's been a rise in the number of militia and vigilante groups fighting the cartel. Today we're going to talk about two of those groups. First, the Auto Defenses in Mexico and the Arizona Border Recon Team here in Arizona. So to begin, with the amount of homicides in Mexico, has come a rise in a group called the Los Auto Defenses. The man behind this group's name is Jose Manuel Morelos, and I'll pass around a photo for you guys to look at him. He's a doctor by day, but at night he's a vigilante, and he's put together this group to fight the cartel. And in the 2015 documentary Cartel Land, directed by Catherine Bigelow, producer of Zero Dark 30, we're given an in-depth look at some of their strategies. And what this group aims to do is they aim to go to these cities and incite a sense of unification by creating a city council and providing them with weapons. However, and actually through that strategy they found much success. In 28 towns they were able to get rid of the cartel and begin a sense of prosperity in Mexico. However, they faced issues with the government, and the government interposed itself with the Los Auto Defenses, basically saying that they weren't allowed to operate weapons without permits. Many believe that this was because of the federal government's ties to the cartel. And so what the federal government said is, you can join the federal government as the Rural Defense Force, or you guys are going to have to dissolve. And so what happened was they created the Rural Defense Force. So this is the Los Auto Defenses, the vigilante group, now fighting for the federal government. And this has been ultimately the fall of the group. Dr. Morelos has been ultimately put in jail. So this was the picture before, and now the picture after. And they have a new leader, and basically what has happened is the creation of a new cartel within the federal government. And ultimately, people believe that Mr. Morelos was put in jail because to silence his voice and ultimately, I guess, prolong this cartel within the federal government. And so, in summary of the Los Auto Defenses, this was a group that started with a great purpose, but ultimately was pushed away by corruption and violence. Now, in the United States, there's also another group called the Arizona Recon Team. And basically, what they do is they focus on the issues facing the United States. And so, Tim Foley is the leader. Here's a picture of Tim Foley, the leader of the Arizona Border Recon Team. And they see an issue in the federal government in border security, and their main issue is with drug trafficking. And according to the Congressional Research Service, an article they recently put out on heroin, it was made clear that drugs are increasing across the border, specifically in the southwest region of the United States, more than ever before. And so what Mr. Foley aims to do is focus on stopping these scouts, as they're called, and basically they're the drug trafficking controllers of the Southwest, and they allow all the drugs to come in. And they've been pretty successful. They have a much smaller team than in Mexico, but they're able to find success thus far. However, like the Auto Defenses, they face issues with the federal government. They've been painted as an extremist group and a hate group, which Mr. Foley denies. But like the Auto Defenses, they faced issues with the federal government. So, after reviewing all of these different vigilante groups, we see that with the issues facing the governments in Mexico and the U.S., there has given rise to the vigilante groups. And first we touched on the Auto Defenses in Mexico and the issues they've had, but also the successes they've had. And then also the Arizona Border Recon Team. And kind of in summary, what I'd like to say is violence in Mexico is prevalent, and our safety here is something we should be thankful for. And although the two groups have faced issues unique in their own ways, we should be thankful and remember the men and women and the citizens who are fighting for a safer tomorrow. And with that, thank you for your time. I know. hope I didn't end it too soon. Oh, no, it's still going.